Hey Maya, I heard you just wrote a short story for your English class. That's awesome. Wait, only 5 minutes? How is that even possible? Well, that's the thing. Most people overthink it. Let me show you the trick that English writers use all the time. It's actually way simpler than you'd think. Really? Okay, I'm listening. So first, you need to understand what makes a story short. It's not just about length. You know? Okay, so the first rule is to get to the point. In short stories, you don't have time for a long introduction. You need to jump right into the action. For example, instead of saying there was a man who lived in a city, and he had a dog, and one day something happened, you just write, Tom's dog disappeared yesterday. See the difference? Wow, that's a massive difference. Yeah, exactly. Professional writers call this in medias res. That's Latin for in the middle of things. You start where the action is already happening, not before it begins. Now here's where it gets interesting. Every short story needs what we call a plot twist, a surprise that changes everything. And before you think, oh, that's too complicated, it's not. A plot twist can be tiny. For instance, think about this. Sarah waited at the airport for her boyfriend for 2 hours. When he finally arrived, she didn't recognize him. That's it. That's a plot twist. The reader wasn't expecting that. The mystery makes you want to keep reading. Exactly. And that's the magic of short stories. You've got limited space, so every sentence has to count. You can't waste time with unnecessary details. Alright, this is the technique that separates amateur writers from professionals. It's called show, don't tell. What does that even mean? Well, imagine I tell you, John was angry. That's boring, right? But if I show you, John slammed the door so hard the pictures on the wall shook. His fists were clenched, his jaw locked tight. Now you feel his anger. You don't need me to tell you he's angry because you can see it. Oh my gosh, that's so different. Exactly. The reader becomes part of the story when you show them what's happening instead of just telling them. This is probably the most important technique for intermediate writers. Practice this one thing, and your writing will improve immediately. So now you've got your story moving. You've got your twist, and you're showing everything. The last crucial thing? You need to round it off. This means give your story a proper ending that feels complete. Here's the thing though, it doesn't need to be a happy ending. It just needs to make sense. For example, that story about Tom's dog disappearing? Maybe it ends. Tom found his dog in the neighbor's garden, eating their trash. He realized his dog wasn't lost. He was happy. That's a proper ending. It answers the question from the beginning, even if it's not the ending readers expected. So it's like, you opened a question, and now you're closing it? Yes, exactly. You create curiosity, and then you satisfy it. Or sometimes you satisfy it in an unexpected way. That's what makes people remember your story. Alright, here's your challenge. Use this template to write your own short story in just 5 minutes. 1. Start with a character and a problem. 2. Show, don't tell. Use action and dialogue. 3. Add a plot twist that changes things. 4. Round it off with an ending that makes sense. That's it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need 2,000 words. Just get the key elements in there. The beautiful thing about short stories is they're forgiving. They're short. If you mess up one part, you've still got space to recover. And honestly, I'm going to try this today. You should. And tag me when you do. I bet your English teacher is going to be impressed. Fair warning though, once you learn this technique, you won't be able to stop writing short stories. It becomes addictive.